seems to be police officers nearby.
You get used to it.
I always apologize, and I always need to apologize, because when I first came across this, I didn't believe a word. I'll be honest with you. I looked at it all and I thought, no, these are just far right nutcases. None of this happened, because none of this should ever have happened. Let's be honest, none of this should ever have happened, and it shouldn't have been left to a small group of men to be demonized in the way they have been for this to take place. And when I set off on this journey, I genuinely thought the system would do the right thing. I'm a product of the system. I spent over 20 years working for the government. I come from a place where I believed that we had it sorted, and we were trying to help people in other parts of the world to get it sorted. And actually, no, it was worse. It was worse here than anywhere else I've ever been, because the people who are in power aren't just complicit in what took place. They are partners in what took place. The words have different meanings. They are active partners. We have a political system where white working class girls were exchanged for votes. It's no more complicated than that. It's no more complicated than that. They were exchanged for votes. And the moment I started saying this, they started arresting me repeatedly, dragging me into courtroom after courtroom. And I heard Billy talk about the Manchester Evening News. To my shame, I had friends who worked in that publication when I was younger. And now I look at it and I think, it's a disgraceful publication, because they were partners in what took place. The press, the police and the politicians all worked together to conspire to hide what was taking place, which is now confirmed in Parliament. And we got it there, you got it there. The only reason it was confirmed in Parliament wasn't because Conservative politicians suddenly decided to do the right thing. They knew the tide had changed. And the tide has changed now, where it is confirmed these were racially motivated crimes. Working class white girls were targeted because of their race. They were abused because of their ethnicity. And the politicians in power traded these girls for votes from people in communities where I came from, and it is shameful. It is absolutely shameful. The Labour Party, the party in government, wrote to me recently. They sent the lawyers to write to me. I'm not a rich man. I live in a very modest flat with a daughter and her Lego collection. That's the extent of my life. They wrote to me threatening to sue me. A document this thick arrived, claiming everything I was saying was lies and they would take me to the High Court. I wrote back to them and I said, I will see you in the High Court. I've not heard anything back, so we're clear, and so there's no ambiguity. People say, oh, he doesn't name names. I name names. You don't listen to the names I name and the evidence I present. The names I name include, first and foremost, Angela Rayner, Deputy Prime Minister, complicit in the cover-up of the grooming and gang rape of children in my hometown. Angela Rayner put her name to a press release released by two other politicians, Jim McMahon, Minister for State, and also Debbie Abrahams, chair of a select committee. We call her Debbie Kashmir in Oldham because she cares more about Kashmir than she does about Saddleworth, that she allegedly represents. These three politicians are complicit in the cover-up of the grooming and gang rape of children. They are not alone. They would not have been able to do what they have done if it wasn't for Andy Burnham. Andy Burnham knew what he was doing when he launched the assurance review in my town, and he stood by an assurance review that we have since exposed as nothing but an attempt to cover up the cover-up. Now the mayor has changed his viewpoint. He claims his assurance review was limited. He only claims his assurance review was limited because we forced the truth out. We forced him to acknowledge what had taken place, and now he's doing what every politician does best: take care of themselves. We will win this. I am very clear on this. We'll win this because we have made this political. And there are people who say to me, Raja, this shouldn't be political. And I say to every one of you, this has to be political. The only way we win this is by either forcing the politicians who we can convince to stand by us, or replacing those who stand against us. Because we will win this in the ballot box, and the reason why we're winning in Oldham is because we've won it in the ballot box. We've won it at the ballot box. Leader after leader after leader, we have removed from power. Dozens of us. It doesn't take a lot of people. Just dozens of us have removed politician after politician after politician from power. The last time I got arrested, they came and arrested me, and they tried to do what's called a fast-track charging decision. It's what they've done with all the people they've arrested and convicted in Southport. The police admitted to me they wanted to stop me campaigning. Now, I've been in those countries. I've been sent to those countries. I do not want our country to become like that. So it is up to you, it is up to us, and all I say to everyone who says nothing will change is, well, nothing will change if you carry on the way you are. You need to find your courage, we need to find our bravery, and we need to make a stand, because in the end, if we don't stand, no one will, and we will lose. So please, thank you so much for turning up. It makes a massive difference to me. I do most of my work on my own, so when I see people around me, it gives me fuel, it gives me courage, it means I know I'm not alone, and it makes a massive difference. So thank you very, very much.